Hello everyone, my name is Shruti. I am from India. Currently, I am studying my medicine in Kazan State Medical University in the third course, and I've been living in Russia since past 3 years.
How do agents help with admission to Russia?
When we first arrived over here, I had applied from an agent in India, which was Russia Fields. After the whole documentation was done, and when we arrived in Kazan, we were told that some people would come and pick us up. 2 and 3 people from the agency came and they received us from the airport. Our documentation or our SIM card was given to us in the airport itself. I think the process of the arrival and the pickup was quite smooth, but we needed more cooperation from the agent.
Is it hard to prepare admission documents?
Okay, I think it's really convenient for us to do our own documentation without any agent or contractor. When you have proper guidelines and proper information, and if the student knows exactly what they need to do, when the proper information is provided, I think they can do it themselves. When you do it from the contractor, you might get extra help, but it will cost you more money, which is not that necessary. The documentation is not that difficult that you would always need somebody to guide you throughout. Obviously, you need some help, but if you have that proper information, I think a student is quite capable to do that on their own. Since you're leaving your country and coming to a new country, I think you'll have that own knowledge from yourself.
Why can't students find the university's official website?
There is always confusion, and when you want to find the authentic official website or the proper information, you always don't find it because there are always advertisements of agents. There's always something about contractors who are trying to get admissions. It is just about their own marketing and everything. So sometimes it's more confusing for students to figure out what is official, which is by the university.
How do agents deceive students?
When you decide to get admission from any particular contractor, they charge you stuff, they charge you bills for something which is not needed. Like, I have my own personal experience, which I would want to say, that I was taken a certain amount of payment, which was stated like some one-time charge. I don't know if those documents like your green card or your biometrics needed some 90,000 or 95,000 money, because when I came here to Russia, I understood that those documents don't need that much money. But then back in India, when they told me, I had to pay nearly about 90,000, which was said that it would be a one-time charge. I still don't know why it was taken from me. Sometimes students can fall into such situations where you'll have to pay extra money. Before you pay that money, I think you should research about it. You should confirm, and you should know proper what are you charged for and why do you actually need to pay it. When you get the confirmation, only then should the student pay the money that they ask.
How safe is it in Russia?
I've been staying in Russia for past 3 years now. I definitely think that Russia is really a safe country. I have made many friends over here, international friends, even friends who are from Russia. My experience has always been very safe, and I feel people in Russia are really welcoming. When you go to their place, or when you participate in several events, or when you attend several functions, or when you try finding that exposure, I think Russia is a country where women are really respected. I personally have that feeling in me that they have that respect and concern and protection and that feeling towards women specifically. So I think definitely for girls who are planning to come and study in Russia, whether they be from India or any other country, I would say that yes, definitely Russia is a safe country.
Why did you choose Kazan Medical University?
I'm studying in Kazan State Medical University, KAGMU, Kazanski Государственный медицинский университет. And the reason that I chose KAGMU was because of the ranking of the university. When I was researching about universities in Russia, and I wanted to find a university which has a good passing ratio, which is ranked good in Russia, which has clinical hospitals attached to it, where they teach in English medium and they have a good faculty and everything. So when I came across KAGMU and when I was researching, I found out that all these points were really clarified, and that's the reason I think I chose KAGMU. Also because of the city that Kazan is. I think Moscow is quite Like the cost of expense is high in Moscow, so when you want another option apart from Moscow, then I think Kazan is a great city.
What did you know about Russia before arriving?
Before I came to Russia, I had many questions in my mind. Like being a teenager and being in your 20s, you have to think of your circle, and you are leaving your home and coming to a new country where you don't know what exactly the situation is. I mean, you don't know about the food, right? You don't know about the weather, the climate, about the people over there, how you will feel, how you are going to settle, or is it going to be easy or hard for you? So I did have that questions in my mind, and I was worried if I can match up to the language here, if I can mix up with people. So yeah, those were the things that everyone who comes away from home, they have that feeling. So in the initial state, you might feel homesick. You would like miss your home and miss your parents, and you miss your home food. But I think eventually you get adapted to everything. That's also about your own self-analyzation and self-growth. So when you invest your time in something that you need to work on yourself, staying in a new place, in a new country, and getting to know new culture and new people, so it takes time. It did take some time for me. It's a good place, you meet good people, and that's how you just get it done.
How did you study Russian?
Russian language is definitely necessary, but it's not like you can't survive in Russia without knowing the language. When I first came here, I knew nothing. With time, I got to know some words. I could understand what people are saying, but I couldn't definitely communicate. Even now, my Russian is not great that I can fluently talk. You can come, you can know few words, and you can manage accordingly. It's not that difficult, and with time, the more you stay here, I think you'll also learn Russian. And in your university, in whichever university you are, they will teach you the language, like the manageable, whatever you need to manage on an everyday basis when you go out to get something, or when you want to just travel in a bus or whatever it is, you know that basic sentences and words, it's fine for you. Like you don't have to really stress about it.
Describe your typical day in Russia.
Every day is quite basic. We wake up, we have our classes from 8 a.m. in the morning, and it's not like constant. You have different classes every day. Sometimes you have late, sometimes it's very early. So you wake up and at some 7:30 or something, then you get ready, you go for class. Right now I'm in third year, so I have some classes which are in hospital. Most of the classes will be in my university building, and we go to classes. After we're done with classes, we come back home, we have our lunch, we'll rest for some time since our classes are like 2 hour long, or more or less. It varies according to the subject that you have the class. So we attend the classes, we have a good time in university. In the breaks, we like go out a little bit, and then after coming back to our dormitory or hostel, we cook, we eat, and maybe we rest for some time. We get our tasks done that are given to us, home tasks that our teachers give us, and then yeah, we stay together, like me and my friends. So I talk to them, we play some games or something, we watch movies together, we study. So our day is quite basic, like wake up, eat, spend time, study, sleep.
Is it difficult to study in Russia?
Actually, it depends from person to person and on every individual. It's not that hard. Initially, when you come here, maybe the climate or the food adaptations over here might feel tough, but it's not that difficult. You'll just have to give it your own time, and you'll just have to understand and learn it on your own. Maybe when you go to study in university, there are new subjects, and after you finish your 11th and 12th grade in India, you're coming and getting to study something very different. You have several subjects like there's economics, philosophy, and maths and chemistry, which is different. You would think like, okay, you're studying medicine, why do you need these subjects? It is in the curriculum for a reason, that you will have a knowledge of everything in total, which is good for you. Like it's a plus point for you, so you don't have to worry about it. It's not that difficult. Emotionally or mentally, you might have certain problems because you're away from home. That is also a factor that you should consider. But at the end of the day, I think you learn to manage, and yeah, you get adopted to it.
How much does life cost in Russia?
When you talk about my monthly expense, it consists of my groceries, my food, my transport, my internet bills, and my personal expense like my clothes and everything. So I think for me, it might be different for everyone. For me, it is something around like 18,000 a month because I cook my own food. We don't have a lunchbox service or anything, so we have to buy groceries yourself. You'll have to pay some certain rents also, like wherever you're staying, or you have to pay some taxes or something. That is not much in rupees. Like for me, when I get 21,000 INR and I exchange it into rubles, then it will be 18,000.
Apply to study in Russia with our step-by-step admission guide. The link is in our bio.